Jiro here for Umbra Games with a review of Assassin's Creed Rogue on Xbox 360, also available on PlayStation 3 and PC. I feel like every time I want to get caught up with Assassin's Creed, I'm always at least 3 games behind. The last push was the desire to play Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag on PS4 in 2013. Simultaneously with Black Flag's release came this title for the last generation console owners only, in order to utilize the console upgrades the next generation afforded for Black Flag, but not wanting to leave the older console gamers empty-handed, as well as additional revenue for Ubisoft, I imagine. Well, actually, it's probably just that money thing. It's been 2.5 years since I've played Black Flag, but it almost feels like I'm playing it again, with the first-person exploration of Abstergo Entertainment's offices and plugging into the Animus, the device used to let people view ancestral memories, to the ship navigation, combat, and upgrades, to the seemingly endless number of locations available for exploration. Pretty confident Rogue is running on a toned-down but probably nearly exact version of the same engine as Black Flag, which, don't get me wrong, isn't a bad thing at all. I loved Black Flag. It's just that it feels like Ubisoft got 2 sequels for the cost of 1, even to go as far as reusing a lot of the colonial assets from Assassin's Creed 3 for Rogue, as it takes place in the 1750s in the colonies and the North Atlantic. Assassin's Creed Rogue puts us in the boots of Shay Cormac, who turns Templar after a betrayal from the Assassin's Brotherhood, which, hey, it's not a spoiler if you've read the back of the box. Since he was a member of the Assassins, controlling him is really no different than any other Assassin's Creed game, as you stalk the rooftops and forests as stealthily as possible and perform takedowns. Holding down the right trigger as you push forward will enable free run, where Shay will jump from ledges and branches as long as the destination on the other side is safe. You can hold A with the right trigger to also push forward off of unsafe jumps or to perform leaps of faith from tall places. If you're spotted by enemies, you can engage in combat, where once again a well-timed parry and counterattack is your best form of eliminating groups. While you normally play the side that sneaks out of hay bales and jump off rooftops in these games to eliminate Templars, now you're on the other side of the battle, so you must be ever watchful for sneaky assassins, hinted at by hearing loud whispers warning of danger, in combination with eagle vision to locate these threats. You can still use the same hiding methods as assassins though, finding groups of people in which to blend and stalk through areas of tall vegetation. Assassin's Creed Rogue's story is progressed by reaching specific waypoints marked by a blue circle with a black exclamation point, thus engaging in plot missions, complete with main and optional objectives that must be completed for full memory synchronization. If you fail an objective, you're restarted immediately at the last checkpoint, which are pretty frequent, just to try once again. If I had a number to put on it, I'd guess probably 70% of Rogue's content is optional. This extends to so many different types of collectibles, including Animus fragments, shanties for your ship's crew to sing, treasure chests, blueprints for aesthetic additions to your ship, Viking sword pieces, cave paintings, treasure maps, animal skins, and probably missing a few. While some give immediate rewards, like cash to go in your probably overabundant account, a few of the collectible types end up being like 1 of 25, with the reward of a weapon set that really isn't even all that impressive. There are also side missions in various forms, including fort capturing, settlement liberation, and assassin's pigeon interception, leaving you to protect the target named in the note. All of this is in addition to naval battles, and the naval campaign, where you send ships to various ports in a timed simulation, reminiscent of like a mobile phone game where you can play to wait. And all of this is just while you're in the Animus. While in what we assume is modern times, you wander in first person around Abstergo Entertainment, a Templar-run corporation that has scraped tons of genetic memory for what appears to be movie-making enjoyment. While they do this, they search for locations of precursor relics for their own devices. There was a time not long ago when Ubisoft claimed to have a true ending in mind to the Assassin's Creed series, which included this story progression in modern times, once begun with Desmond Miles. But playing this nameless person wandering around fixing servers by moving laser beams around a ball with dozens of collectibles in the form of tablets, giving information on people that we've seen throughout the series to remind us how widespread the Assassin's Creed empire has become. It's just hard to imagine they're trying to wrap it up too quickly. Well, at least Black Flag had some modern day characters we were familiar with, and it kind of seemed like they were trying to push the narrative a little bit, but in Rogue, nothing is gained. Getting new gadgets for your character in these games always brings some moments of enjoyment though, as Benjamin Franklin creates a prototype grenade launcher, for example, where different effects can be applied. There's also a silent air rifle to incapacitate or berserk enemies from afar. It's difficult to remember all of the nuances of ship combat from Black Flag, but the action of firing mortars from afar, followed by a broadside of cannons, still brings some of the most fun naval combat we've seen in modern games. Once a ship is incapacitated, much like Black Flag, you can board it to gain all of its resources, killing soldiers and officers, or you can completely sink it to just gain half of the booty, which you can see ahead of time by using your spyglass. Rogue also features economic zones that contribute cash once per day for you to claim. This total can be enhanced by renovations to various properties. Rogue's graphics, while obviously still in the 360 and PS3 age, are pretty fantastic. Those constant climbs to reach synchronization points that reveal all the points of interest in the direct area can be rewarding in more ways than one, providing views of early New York and other beautiful scenery. One advantage the PlayStation 4 had with its giant world and ship navigation is the entire world was on one map. It was a little difficult at first with Rogue to figure out where in the world I was, as there are separate maps with travel points to one another for the North Atlantic, the river valleys, and New York. It would have been nice to see this game on the more current generation, but I have a sneaking suspicion, like I mentioned before, that most of the assets were probably already done for colonial America on this generation, and the effort to upgrade them was probably more than they wanted to put forth. I think I've hesitated in moving on through the Assassin's Creed series because it seems like after Black Flag and being in the shoes of a pirate, that the series has to have peaked. But alas, I will press on. One thing I will present further is the writing, which makes Shay feel not just on a quest for revenge against his former assassin brotherhood, but actually discovering a true paradigm shift. This whole time we felt that the freedom that the assassins bring is the true way to world peace and happiness. But when viewed through the eyes of those that don't have hundreds of years of history hating the Templars, you can see they're reaching for peace through their own means, that of order and law. So if you enjoyed Black Flag, or any Assassin's Creed game really, and are looking for some more open world, stealth action adventure with a lot of side content and collectibles, you don't mind some pointless immersion breaking with very little modern day progression to the epic, Rogue's adventure through the 1750s and the colonies provides a little bit of insight to the Templars' frame of mind, brings along some decent graphics, and features tons of exploration. Rated as an open-world mission progression adventure game, Assassin's Creed Rogue lands at an 86 out of 100, on a true 1 to 100 scale, with 50 being average. This is Jiro for Umbra Games. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for weekly review video release notifications, or follow me on Twitter at Umbra Games as I post them there as well.